So why don't we remember what we learned in our last life this time around so that we just don't repeat those things? Why is that? Hey guys, John here. I got two questions that came in almost back to back. So I thought I'd go ahead and read them together because they are about the same topic coming at it from different angles, different perspectives. So I'm going to read both questions first, and then I'll dive into what we're talking about. If we have a life review when we leave this incarnation, why don't we remember our lessons in our next incarnation, or do we remember on some level? That's the first question. Second question. I recently heard the transition from life to afterlife described like an airline travel. We check our baggage in the form of heavy emotions, mistakes, attachments, etc. at the terminal, and we walk through the spiritual realm like we walk through a metal detector without our shoes, wallet, weapons, etc., as just our essential soul passes through. If this analogy is somewhat correct, does our baggage arrive in our next incarnation, or as it does when we reach our earthly travel destination? Are we still in possession of the same old issues, or do we have free will to decide I am not making that mistake again, and thus create new experiences with different challenges? These are both coming at something from a very different perspective. Number one, I will start out with something I've said on several other videos. I don't fully understand what reincarnation is. And I say that very specifically because I have very specific memories of a past life knowing Jeshua. But I also have met other people who say they're also John, and I've met over 30 Mary Magdalens and Peters and Pauls and Georges and Ringos. It would be completely hypocritical of me to say that they're wrong. So I don't really fully understand what reincarnation is. Is it a soul traveling from life to life? Is it a collective consciousness that we all tap into? Am I just tapping into the consciousness of John of old? I don't really know, and quite honestly, there's nobody on this earth who knows, because it's all theoretical. Why don't we remember our lessons in our next incarnation? First of all, this depends on the concept of lessons. We're not here to fulfill lessons or learn like we're in a school. I know many of the New Age teachers say that Earth is a school. Earth is not a school. Earth is just a place of experience. It's just a place of experience. We come here to experience. What are we experiencing? We're experiencing love in all of its many forms, from the lack of it to the giving of it to the betrayal of it. We're seeing all these different forms. When we cross back over and we have that near-death experience, what happens is people will tell you that in their life review, what they're seeing is their life from the emotional reactions all the way through it, and they're seeing it from the perspective of not only them, but everyone they interacted with. So what you're actually doing is you're coming here to experience the love and the fullness of love, or the absence thereof, so that when you go back to the source, you come to understand what love truly is more fully. My good friend Kim Carey gave me the best analogy, I think. She says, imagine if you were in a room that was pure white, and everything was white, and you were white, and everything was pure white. Could you describe white? You couldn't describe white because you have nothing to contrast it to. You have nothing to describe it against. You have nothing that can give you the idea of what the opposite might be. And so it comes down to, we are in this place to experience, and that's all we really are here to do. And in that experience, what's really interesting is the more you come from understanding that it's just experience, and then you balance out the fear, you come back to that loving space, then there's no need to even be here, because you now have an understanding of what it is. The Buddha said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. That's what this place is. It's a place to learn about love in all of its varied forms, and bring yourself back to being purely loving, because no fear can exist in pure love, according to the book of John, best book in the Bible. The other part about this is this idea of taking the same old issues from life to life to life to life. That is also the idea of of issues from one life to another. It's You're just here to experience, and you're going to experience all kinds of different things in this world. And you know, Joshua said, "Bring the kingdom of heaven to earth." In other words, God is love. Bring love to earth. Bring love to this place. That's what he's talking about. That's what the whole teachings are, is that you're bringing this loving essence, this God, to earth. I'm bringing heaven to earth. And it's a matter of eradicating those fears and those anxieties. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Right? The more you can eradicate that fear, and the more you can release that fear, the more you're in that space. The idea of Earth being a place of lessons is not, well, first of all, it's not anything in the ancient text. You never find it anywhere. That is definitely a New Age teaching. The idea that it's a school is a New Age teaching. It's not something that you find anywhere else except for in the past 30 years. Why don't remember our lessons? Well, on some level, you obviously do remember your lessons, because when you're in the physical, you're in the lowest consciousness of yourself. But your higher consciousness is your Holy Spirit. It's the thing that stands in awareness of its individuality and understands God's divinity and your divinity, and understands also that the physical world is a place where you feel separate from that divinity. And so, you know everything that's happened in all of your experiences that you've had in the physical. And it's just a matter of, if you understood and knew everything that you've done before, you wouldn't have the experiences. You wouldn't be here experiencing. And so I would stop focusing on, things that I learned in another life, and I would stay very present into the I am moment, because the I am moment is the only moment of experience. That is where you have thought, word, and deed. That is where you have the expression of who you are, I am, right? That is the only place that you get to choose to love or fear. And when you choose to love, fearful things go away. Swami Narayan said the lion did not eat him because he was without fear, and because of that, the lion gave him nothing to be fearful for. So it really comes down to you coming to that space of realizing that it's all about, what are you in this moment? Not about past lives, not about things we were supposed to have learned in another life, not about things we're going to learn in the next life. There is no moment except for the moment you're in. And when you look at this moment and you realize, I am love, in that moment you come to the space of realizing that you are already experiencing everything that you'll ever need to do. It doesn't matter what you've experienced in other incarnations at all. It only matters that you're present. It only matters that you're here. And putting your focus on why I haven't and why I won't is haven't and won't are your present moment I am beliefs. I haven't. I won't. I can't. What lessons am I to learn? All of those are out of the present moment. I am. I am experiencing. I am living. I am loving. And that is really, in my opinion, the key of why we're here, is to come to that space of realizing that we are divine and we get to create our experience. And the more we create in a loving way, the closer we get to going home. And we bring heaven to earth to pick us up. So that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.